Hey, welcome back to DIY Mali again. In this video, I'm going to show you 98 through 2002 Hyundai Accord with the 3.0 liter power steering pump and the two driver belt replacement. Alright, let's gonna do it. First thing you need to do, get this power steering reservoir out of our way. Before I do that, I'm going to suck all the fluid out. After that, you can remove the hose clamp here, then pull the hose off the pump, and a little bit of fluid was going to drain out. You can use a rag to clean it up. I'm going to push it over here so you can have a room for that, get it done. We need to remove the high pressure power steering hose. It's held on with two 10mm balls. Now go ahead, remove the two 10mm balls and it will pop off the pump. Once you get the hose off, you can just took it off the side. Now I'm going to working on getting the belt off. We need to 40mm wrench on here and we need to rotate this counterclockwise. I'm using extra long wrench here. You're gonna rotate it counterclockwise like that and spring the tension off, pull the belt off. Next step is get this cable off and then you can pull it off the bracket. Now I'm gonna start unbolt the motor mount. You're gonna need a floor jack and then use the block of wood right underneath the oil pan and jack it up until they just slightly the pressure off the engine and lift the engine up a little bit. Now we can take out the 17mm bolt holding up going through the main motor mount here. Go ahead and take that 17mm bolt here out and go ahead and take those two 14mm bolts out. Then the bracket you can just lift up and slide it out like this. And now we can get the belt off the car. Now use deep 12mm socket and ratchet like this. We're gonna loosen up the bolt here on the back of the pump, then loosen up front of the pump. Once we get that loosen up, a couple of thread right here is the adjuster here, so you need 12mm, put it in on and gonna rotate it counterclockwise and belt on the power steering pump is going to loosen up. When you can slip the belt off, and now we can remove the nut in the bolt on the pump here completely and we'll pop off the pump. Now we have to clean this area because this was all leaking. You're gonna clean this with some brake cleaner and wash it all off. Now I'm gonna prep the new pump with the old pump. We need to take the pulley off the old pump, has to transfer it over to the new pump. I'm using the impact gun and pull the nut off like this, and then you just the pulley off and now you can take the new pump here, slide the pulley on there, put the nut here, thread it on, then I use the impact gun and I just hammer it down like a few impact. That's all it takes. So now I'm gonna take the new pump and put it down into the position. start front bolt first, and then you're gonna start the bolt on the back here second. Once you got that done, we can go ahead and feed the belt down. So you're gonna feed it over the mount and down on the crank pulley below. If you feed it down like this, once it wrapped around the crank pulley and around the power steering pump, now you can take the adjuster here and screw it clockwise and tighten up. You want to check the tension, and if it is too loose, you can tighten up more thread, check the tension right. Then you could tighten the two bolts once the tension is right. Now we can feed our alternator belt into the position. I'm going to route it the way this diagram shows here. Now you can feed the motor mount bracket back down into the position over the mount and line up with the holes and start all three of the bolt, the 17mm and 240mm. I use the impact gun here, run them down until snug, and then I tighten them up by hand. Now I'm gonna feed the power steering reservoir back into the position and start the hose and make sure the clamp is on there. After that, I'm gonna take the high pressure hose and put it in onto the pump and start the two 10mm bolts and tighten those up. I also remove the block of the wood and floor jack now and put it back on the top cover. You need to fill the reservoir up with power steering fluid. You're gonna fill it all the way up until it's completely full, and then go ahead and start the vehicle. The level may drop down and you have to top it off. Work the steering wheel back and forth slowly and evenly, pushing the bubble out of the system. Turn it lock to lock. After you've done that a couple of times, shut it off. Hope you all got something out of it. Give it thumbs up, comments, and ring the bell to subscribe for upcoming new tutorial. Thanks again. See you in next video.